Hey guys, it's Kennerfreak7 back again with another video. I'm doing this live, but because I'm lazy and don't really want to record, so I'm going to give you guys a room tour. So yeah, here it is. Start off in here. We'll go that way. So I got my TV and my obsessive collection of VHS tapes. TV, my VHS player. It's also a DVD player too, but I don't use the DVD player. But just got a lot of 80s and 70s movies. I've got Hangar 18, Excalibur, Conan the Barbarian, Iron Eagle. Got some Godzilla. Got a lot of vintage Marvel cartoons, which I think are really cool to have. Let's see. I've got Alien, Child's Play, The Abyss, The Wraith, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And just got a whole bunch of stuff down there. I've got the complete series of Carl Sagan's Cosmos. And I've got just some of my autographs. I've got Stan Bush, who, if you're a Transformers fan, you might know from the 80s Transformers, the movie. He did The Touch and Dare for that. And then I've also got, I got his autograph. I got Jason Mewes, plays Jay in the Kevin Smith's movies, Mallrats, Clerks, stuff like that. And then I got John Morton, who plays Dak in Empire Strikes Back. It was really cool. Then I've just got some pop culture-y stuff. I've got just some of my NECA figures, some Funkos. There's a Hulk Hogan. I've got some Gundams. I got a Master of the Universe with the incorrect head. Some Funko, a couple vintage lunchboxes. And then these are just some of my books. I've got a Star-Lord card. I've got some Guardians of the Galaxy cards for no reason at all. I've got an original printing of Jaws. I've got Alien, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Martian Chronicles. I've got some of my graphic novels. Then I've got some 80s National Geographic. Got H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, Ender's Game, Dune. My Carl Sagan collection. I've got a Klingon dictionary. Got Monty Python, the Holy Grail script, and just some storybooks. I got Last Starfighter, Dune. Down here, I've got my Rocky shelf, because Rocky's one of my favorite movies of all time. 80s movies. It's Rocky IV is my favorite sports movie, so I obviously have Rocky IV as a prominent thing here. I don't know why these are here. Those don't belong there. Those Star Wars cards, and that goes there, though. But I've got the Rocky II novelization, Rocky IV, CBS Fox on VHS, some trading cards, as you can see here. Got NECA's Rocky and Ivan Drago, which these are my favorite figures so far of the year. Got the Rocky IV vinyl, then I've got the Survivor Burning Heart single on 45, then I got the original NECA release of Rocky. I got a review of this guy on my channel from way back when this first came out, so go check that out. This is just kind of a miscellaneous shelf. I've got a lot of my trade movie tie-in paperbacks. I've got 2001, got Back to the Future, Close Encounters, Blade Runner, Firefox, and there goes cassettes. Gremlins, I've got all the Star Trek novels for the most part. I've got Dragon Slayer, Ghostbusters, Star Trek War Games, and I've got some vintage G1 Transformers. I've got Soundwave, who's my all-time favorite Transformer. Then I've got Blaster, and a vintage I Shot JR button from Dallas, which is a great show if you haven't seen it. I just got some cassettes because I've got a freaking Walkman, which you'll see in a few minutes. And then this is just these two shelves are just a crumpled mess. I've got my Dungeons and Dragons stuff I play on Monday nights, so I'm playing tonight. And I've just got my trading cards. I'll show you guys this one. It's out, but this is like just one of the binders I've got. I've got E.T., Ghostbusters 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Rambo. I got some Jaws. More Rocky. And then I got Superman as well in the back. So yeah, and then I've got Dick Tracy, Rocketeer, Desert Storm, a whole bunch of stuff like that. And then we got my movies. I'm not going to go into complete detail. That'll be it for another video. But all my Blu-rays, my Gundam model kits. Shout out to JCC2224 for pretty much getting me into building these things. You've cost me a lot of money for getting into building these. I'm just kidding, but honestly, these are a lot of fun to build. Go check out his channel. He's got tons of videos about Gundam. They're really fun to watch. He's got a great channel anyway. And it's got my very few DVDs that I own. On my TV, I've got all the Big Bang Theory, some Battlestar Galactica, Dallas, Brady Bunch, Doctor Who, Family Ties, Full House, G.I. Joe, MacGyver, Knight Rider, Greatest American Hero, MASH, Mythbusters, Quantum Leap, Robotech, Roseanne, Seinfeld, The Simpsons. Just got some X-Men, some Thunderbirds down there. So, and then up here, this is just kind of just like a compilation of just like some of my favorite things. I've got a couple Funko Pops up here and still in the box. These are the only two I've ever kept in the box. I don't know why. I just really like them in the box for some reason. But I've got Jen from The Dark Crystal, and then Becca Mitchell from Pitch Perfect because I have a guilty pleasure for those. Then I've got a vintage Star Trek glass right in front of a vintage Star Trek 2 VHS. Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome X Volume 1. I got the Milano, the James Bond ring from Spectre. Got the picture of Sarah Connor from Terminator 1, a Leatherface plushie from Loot Crate. One of my all-time favorite things I've ever bought for my collection is a 1970s vintage Mr. Smeagol, Mr. Spock. Got some just Star Wars paraphernalia down there. I've got a vintage David Hasselhoff, or Michael Knight, Malcolm Reynolds and the Rocketeer, Spider-Man from the new Spider-Man Homecoming, Tom Baker's Sonic Screwdriver from Doctor Who. I've got Data and Alex DeLarge Funkos. I've got Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, the Director's Signature Series, I think it's called. Ultraman and Dr. Matt Smith, and these are just, I don't know why I haven't moved those yet, but I got Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones and Azog from, what's it called? The Hobbit. Then I've just got my Star Wars stuff. I've got a carded General Madine that I got from Star Wars Celebration. I've got my carded re-release of the Missile Firing Boba Fett from the Vintage Collection, which I absolutely love. Got my Darth Vader carrying case, the complete original 21 vintage figures. I've got my Empire Strikes Back, my Return of the Jedi, and then Power of the Force is going to go there. And then down here is just some miscellaneous vintage stuff that I've got. So some pretty cool stuff. Some carded Return of the Jedi paraphernalia. I got a button, some erasers, and some buttons, and sealed pack of, I think this was Series 3 of the vintage trading cards, which was really cool. And I've just got some of the trading cards out there. And then up here I've got my collection of helmets, just very, very small. I've got my Star Wars shot glasses, and then I've got my, if you haven't figured it out, I absolutely adore Rey, Daisy Ridley in general, but I really liked her character as Rey. I thought she's just an interesting character, so got my Rey shelf, I got my 12-inch Hasbro, got the Hot Wheels vehicle little thing, I got the Lego minifigure, got the Hot Wheels car, the Disney Tsum Tsum of Rey. I've got most of the I got nearly all the Funko Pops. I think I'm missing like 3, so I got half. And then I've got every single Hasbro figure of Rey that has come out to this point. Then I've got the Disney Infinity. But this is the prized possession of the collection. Is actually her autograph, which I got for Christmas a couple years ago, which I absolutely adore. If, like, this is one of those things, if there's a house fire, I can't leave without it. I've got Campbell's soup, Band-Aids, the little Hallmark tin. This was from a Star Wars Celebration Rey meetup. I didn't dress up, but I attended just to meet some people because I'm in a group. And there's just a lot of cool people, so. And then one of the girls there, Stephanie, she was giving out these cute little, awesome, adorable Daisy pins, which I thought were just awesome. And then I cannot remember the guy's name, but he had these patches, which were really cool. And then I have my Celebration badge. Then just got the Subway cup. Then I have no idea what I'm doing with this shelf, but I've got my in Minton box, episode 1, Jar Jar with Kadu. I have no idea why I bought this. This was that was $4 at a half price book, so I said, why the hell not? And then I have my reproduction of the shooting script for Star Wars, the original. So that's pretty cool. I've got it open to the confrontation between Han and Greedo. So that's pretty cool. And I've just got some of my books, a lot of my just a lot of like my favorite books that I've read. I've got the Princess Leia or Carrie Fisher's biography, Princess Diarist, which is amazing. I cried when I read this because I got that the day after she was in the hospital. I've got the original Del Rey Book Club exclusive science. I think it was like a sci-fi book club exclusive. I've got the Shakespeare Star Wars. Got just some vintage stuff. I've got the Thrawn trilogy. I've got X-Wing Rogue One or Rogue Squadron. I'm so sorry. But if you're wondering what my favorite book I've read from Star Wars is, it's definitely Twilight Company. Oh my gosh, I loved that book so much. It was so good. And I've just got more stuff. I got Return of the Jedi and Star Wars storybooks. Still missing Empire. Just all my magazines and just junk. So then I've got my teaser poster for The Force Awakens, which is standing behind my cardboard standee cut up of Rey, which is awesome, which I love. And then I've got one of my most prized possessions is my Carrie Fisher autograph, which I was so lucky to meet her about 2 years before she passed away. Oh my God, she was just the sweetest woman in the world. That 3-hour wait in line, as crappy as it was, I wouldn't trade that for anything else. That was just so worth it in the end, especially now that she's gone. Words can't describe. So, I'm going to bring you guys over here. We've got my Force Awakens theater poster. I'm going to take this one down, I think, because that poster is going to go up. This is, for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge 80s, who don't following me on Instagram. I'm really big into 80s pop culture, so one of my favorite 80s movies is Daryl. So I got the original one sheet for that, and that's going to be hung up hopefully really soon. I need to just get around to taking that down. So that's there. And then I've got a R2-D2 bubble blower from that a friend of mine gave me, my camera bag. I'm too lazy to take out and actually film it with this. And then got my Star Wars media. I've got my DVDs and stuff. So I've got Rogue One, all the Force Awakens, and then I've even got a bootleg of the holiday special. So that's really cool. And then up here I've just got some my lightsabers from when I was a kid, Pez dispensers. Jackson. This is my favorite piece of swag I got from Star Wars Celebration. There was a lady, I think she had maybe 10 of these, and I was lucky enough to get one. It's this little stuffed animal Jackson bunny. It's the cutest thing, and I love it. Now, I actually made these to give away at Star Wars Celebration, just holiday special buttons. Those were a real big hit with people. I've got this Anakin Skywalker in peasant disguise and in the box. This was actually my first Star Wars figure I ever bought as a kid. I have it loose just in my closet in there, but when I was at Celebration, I'm like, I kind of want to get one carded just for sentimental reasons, so I got that. Just to watch, just some of my favorite figures. I got some of my 6-inch Black series. I've got FX7, Ahsoka, just a variety of Luke's. Got Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, Clone Wars, Season 2, Anakin, some Jawas, a couple of R2-D2s, the Disney Store Celebration exclusive chopper, which I think is just one of the coolest things I bought from Celebration. Got a moisture evaporator, Treadwell, Luke Skywalker, the pass for the Star Wars Marathon, which I actually did not attend, but somebody just gave that to me after, so I'm like, okay, that's cool. R5-D4, and then this is actually this is what the watch came in. But down here I have all of my VHS. This is one of the things I'm really into collecting is Star Wars on VHS. So I've got most of the box sets. I think I'm missing like one or two. And then I've got some of these. I've got J2 Communications, Ewoks, and Droids. The Droids was never opened. I bought both of these at Star Wars Celebration. I got Ewok Caravan of Courage, or the Ewok Adventure. Got from Star Wars to Jedi. Got the two not Disney, but the Star Wars animated classics. the droids and Ewoks. And then I've got the CBS Fox, Empire, and Star Wars. Then I've got Making Star Wars. Then Attack of the Clones and the Phantom Menace. Then I've just got some promotional stuff. I got a hat for the special edition, some buttons. My two other box sets that are too big just to fit on the shelf. It's the Phantom Menace and the THX widescreen edition. Just some video games, just a Power Rangers poster. And I just missed just random stuff. But this is one thing that I've recently. Before I go to that, I got my vintage Empire Strikes. It's not a vintage poster per se. It's a reproduction, but it's still the vintage style, which I really love. But this is something I got recently that I'm really, 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 really proud to own. A working vintage Atari 800 computer from 1979. I don't have a monitor or really at all hooked up yet. All the components work. I don't have the power cord. I'm missing a power cord for one of these, so I need to get a power cord for this. But this is a flash drive, a floppy disk drive. The floppy disk drive does work. I hooked it up to the power switch that I've had for the main computer. This works. This works, which is really cool. It's just a cassette player. I've got a blank Max L cassette in there, just to have something in there. I'm gonna sneeze. Give me a second. Oh, the pains of being live. I can't edit those out. But here is the computer itself. Works. You can hear the little clicking noise. And the little noises in there. So that's pretty cool. I've got a friend of mine coming over in a few days. He's going to help me get this all hooked up and in working order so I can actually learn how to code BASIC from back in the day. And then just get some random clock. And then we're coming to the end, so we've got my what's the word I'm looking for? My selected vinyl favorites. So I've got Miami Vice, Iron Eagle, REO Speedwagon, Toto, all of my Rush. They're my all-time favorite band. I got 2112, Moving Pictures, Signals. I've got their original original release, and then my favorite album by Rush so far is Power Windows. And then on my thing, I've got the Chubby Checker, the Twist on 45. And then I've got my Ghostbusters Answer the Call banner of Holtzman. I actually really like this movie. I thought it was really good. And then my last little thing to show off is the rest of my vinyl. Got La La Land, Supertramp. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to show. But I'm currently working on restoring my vintage Ewok village, so that's that. So, everybody, that is my room tour. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit the like button, give it a comment, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm, sitting at 580 subscribers, so getting close to 600. It's taken me almost 10 years now. It'll be 10 years next year, but 10 years to get to 600, so woohoo! So thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.